Hello, good evening, and welcome to another exciting moment of investment education. I'm Abayomi Obabuluja. First, I'd like to say a big happy new month to you. And from what we have seen on the floors of the NGX, it is bound to be a far more profitable month than even the month of January. Only if you go beyond accepting my happy new month, which is, and you will endeavor to take action as necessary. So today we've got a lot to do because this is earnings season in the Nigerian equity market. So we're going to devote a lot of time to do that, and this is a platform that gives you the best of analysis as far as earnings release is concerned. You don't get it better than what we do here by the special grace of God anyway. So please, you will do me a favor. Call a friend, call a family member. Tell them that the Oracle is here. It's going to be just for a little bit less than an hour, but today is going to be exciting. Not much of any argument, but pure investment education, pure analysis, pure information that can give you a lead to what you could actually be doing on the floors of the NGX asset today. Let me tell you this. It is not all about what you get to hear that will enhance to enrich you, but what you choose to do with the information that you get to hear. Investment in the equity market does not necessarily need to be in the billions and the millions and the trillions and the plenty of millions. No, if you have 10,000 naira, all well and good, you can take off. As a matter of fact, if you have 5,000 naira, all well and good, you can take off. And the way that I've understood the market in the 30 years and more that I've been around is that investment of 5,000 naira today in good equity can actually grow to become 100,000 naira in just a few moments from now. Of course, there is also the attached risk. You could stand to lose the 5,000 naira if you are not properly guided. That is why staying long on to what we do is very important. I have the team in the house. Malam Garba Kurfi is in the house. Aruna Kebira is in the house. I will go on a short break. When I return, it will be an explosive session, giving you the kind of information that is not common. I will be right back.
This is the future. This is the time to do more. Give more. Help more. Be more. A future where more compassion and more empathy will make us more human. A future where more technologies and more digital platforms will help bring more people to safety and prosperity. Welcome to the future. Here, you can be more with us. Access, more than banking.
Welcome back. Please now join me in welcoming Malam Garba Kurfi. Malam Garba Kurfi is a big man in the Nigerian capital market. Though he lives humble, he appears humble, but we know his capacity. So he's the managing director, simply put, APT Securities and Funds Limited. Member, NGX. Malam, you are welcome.
I'm happy to be with you.
Please also join me in welcoming not a small boy per se, but except that it's not as big as Malam, and one day it will be bigger than Malam, so to speak. Aruna Kebira, he also is the managing director of Global View Capital Limited. Again, member, NGX. Aruna.
Good evening.
The two of you are looking bright, you are looking takeaway, you are looking sweet. Is it because of what the market did in the month of January and what the hopes are for the month of February? Aruna.
You know, I've said it before that when a woman is married to a broker, you understand when it is good and when it is bad. By the time a broker comes home and begins to say, you know that something has happened. I think that is what we are doing.
Malam, I'm very sure you don't know what he means by Bami Big Baukwe.
I catch part of it
Okay.
because I'm a broker. But I just want to remind us any shareholder of NGX is a member, but we are a license dealing house. So membership is
license
gone
holder.
because membership is by share ownership.
Okay, license
Trading license holder.
of the NGX.
Yes.
You are no longer a member. NGX has become a business enterprise, not an NGO as it used to be.
Yes.
Right, being listed on its floor. Malam, you are looking sweet. I'm very sure you are smiling to the bank this year.
Yes, we do.
All right. Okay. And you see, it is not enough that Aruna is smiling to the bank, Malam is smiling to the bank. Abayomi, are you smiling to the bank? Just leave me alone. That is not going to be an issue. If Malam smiles to the bank and Aruna smiles to the bank and you are smiling to the bank, well, automatically I will be happy. Because at the end of the day, what everybody has made, you will come to share me a portion of it. Okay, that is the wisdom in what I do. We go straight to business. Everything we're going to be doing today is going to be stock market related. The first is O&O. You know the company. Their results have not been hitting the market as expected in the last couple of years. They came to the market in the course of last week to explain factors behind delayed release of their audited reports and also of their quarterly reports. According to them, the delay in the company's 2019, what you see as AFS is actually the audited financial statement 2022, then 2020, Q1, Q2, and Q3 on audited financial statements. The delay from the company, as stated by the company, was as a result of the then indefinite suspension of the company's 2018 annual general meeting by the Securities and Exchange Commission on June 10, 2019. According to them, they say they are working tirelessly with their external auditors to ensure that the 2019 AFS, that is audited financial statement, is expeditiously finalized, and they should be in the position to file the said financials before the end of Q1, before the end of March of this year. Once the 2019 annual reports is filed, the Q1 to Q4 2020 unaudited financial statement, the UFS is unaudited financial statement, can then be filed. The company will hold its 2019 annual general meeting after it has filed its 2019 AFS, hopefully not later than the end of April 2022. At the 2019 AGM, the company will propose to shareholders that auditors be appointed for the purpose of conducting the audit for the years ended 31st December 2020 and 31st December 2021. Malam, I put this question to you after all these stories, right? The summary is that we should expect the 2019 audited reports before the end of March 2022. Am I correct?
Yes.
And almost immediately, all the unaudited reports of 2020 are being expected in the market. Am I correct?
Well, from what they say that 2020 is the audited account. The unaudited account is of 2021. So, but this is what they say. I still wait to hear the response of the exchange, because you can say this is what you want to do and the regulator can say no, you can do this and they can do better, because we are talking of 2022. Do we wait until we receive the audited accounting of 2021 before we get the management account? In this 2022, we have received the unaudited account of 2021 by the oil company like Total. So, MRS. So, to me, I expect the regulator that will look at it and say, yes, we have heard what you are proposing, but we can accelerate that and do better than that.
But what I'm thinking, Malam, is that O&O never had issues with NGX per se. They had issues with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and that issue now has been resolved. I really do not foresee any issues with the NGX when it comes to that. I might be wrong.
Yes, you are wrong, because they listed in the NGX, and the NGX have their guideline that this report must be released. Do you know that this company is remain closed for the related party for all this period? And for how long will you keep the company in a close for the related party transaction because you have not released all this?
Now,
so I
for
believe
those
the
who might not
NGX,
understand,
yes.
madam, what he is saying as close to related party is that the board of directors, the stockbrokers that are involved with them, cannot transact on the shares. Am I correct?
Yes, including 5% holder. Anybody that has 5% holder is an insider and is a related party and cannot transact. And this has been on the board for over a year. So for how long will this continue? And don't forget that the NGX have their listing guideline. And if they go by what they were proposing is against the listing guideline of the NGX. So I expect the NGX will write to them that we have that, but we can do better. And I believe they can do better.
In other words, what you are proposing is a situation where Oando should go ahead and release all the outstanding unaudited reports while we wait for their audited reports, which would be from what the shareholders agree with them during their annual general reports.
I think that could have been better in view of the fact that the shareholders of Onda has been patient for over 4 years. And if you have been patient for over 4 years, for not to decide, you need to be well informed before you decide.
All right, Aruna, from all these stories, including what Malam Dimension is, what do you think shareholders in Oando and those who might just be interested in it, because you see the way the market is going now, the only stock that could be regarded as a Lilliputian among petroleum stocks or oil and gas subsector of the market is Oando. The attraction can be crazy. What would be your suggestions to investors?
The only thing I will say is that, you know, this issue they have with SEC was what drove the price down to where we saw it around 3 naira. And when the news began to get into the market that we are going to release their result, we can see that there is a gradual build of the price. I think it closed 5 naira 15 kobo. But what we should also see is that as a post-listing requirement to the NGS, that action was truncated by SEC. And I believe what they have to do, because like what they said, that they have to release the result in chronological order. They released 2018. That was
but what Malam is saying is that the responsibility of what to do should not lie in their hands alone, because they are not regulating themselves. That it is all about what the NGX brings out as their own rules.
But we are waiting for the NGS to bring out their own rule. But what I'm saying that they have proposed this, and NGS know that yes, at least they were filing their report, but because it was truncated, it was by fiat. They are trying to regroup and say, okay, this is how we are going to do it. But if NGS has come and said, no, you have to let us have all your results at once, then I think that is onus on NGS to do.
Okay, Malam, in the interim, as an investor and potential investor, when it comes to the stock of Oando, what do you advise that we do?
Well, I advise the investors to look at the reality. Today, if you go out along the road, how many filling stations of Oando do you see along the line?
But they are sold.
They are all selling. They are
sold.
No, they are still part of it. That is why their logo remain, their name remain, and their product is still selling. They are part of it.
But not as wholly owned.
Yes, notwithstanding, they are into crude oil. We know the price of crude oil is now trading at what? At $90 per barrel. That means restoring back to what was on there was before. They are into gas, and you know how the gas business is going now. So for me, all work in favor of Oando. Why should Oando be the least priced stock in the oil sector? A very small industry in that is now trading above Oando. Before you see one filling station of that very particular product, you will see 10 filling stations.
I know you are trying to say Itana.
So to me, it is even the total and the 11 one that is the mobile. cannot match Ondo. Ondo has the largest single outlet in the country, and they are into crude oil, they are into gas. Not only that, remember they were given the construction of gas pipeline from Lokoja down to Kaduna, and they are onto it, and that is in dollars. So Ondo, they are into so many things that we need to know how far so far.
All right, we wait to see how these things work out. But plus or minus, I think what we know is that at the end, ultimately, there's going to be a truce between NGX and Oando. And the results will eventually be released to the market. Whether they are going to meet market expectation or not is another thing. When you are investing, please know you are taking a risk. Every investment in stock is against a future date. It is a risk. Know that. So don't come here to say that we asked you to buy. If it is okay taking the risk, fine. But if it is not okay, please wait. We will tell you the equities you could take, and your risk is lower than the risk you'll be taking investing in Oando. That is why we are here. We leave Oando to another equity, Presco. They say they are acquiring 100% equity stake in SEAT Nigeria Limited. This transaction is worth 21 billion naira for 7.3 billion shares of SEAT at 2 naira 86 kobo. As a result of the acquisition, SEAT will become a wholly owned subsidiary of Presco. SEAT was a South African company incorporated in Nigeria on December 11, 1991. Of course, they have got they've spread their tentacles in quite a number of countries aside from Nigeria. They are selling their holdings in Nigeria. In 2011, SEAT acquired the assets of Rhizome Palm, which comprised 16,000 hectares of oil palm plantations and the entire social and industrial infrastructure of the industrial oil palm complex from the Rivers State government. Now, Malam, Presco, no, let me put this question to Aruna. Presco, for sure, is becoming more attractive.
Yeah, but for what they are doing, this acquisition, even for their unaudited portfolio, you can see that their capacity has actually been built. Their earning per share is higher than that of Okomo. But the only thing is that if they don't change their dividend payout ratio, their price will continue to trail behind the Okomo. Like if you look at it, they paid 2 naira last year from any per share of 5 naira 26 kobo, that is 38%. But Okomo paid 85%, that is 7 naira from any per share of 8 naira 26 kobo. So the market is even believing that the 14 naira Okomo has made for quarter 4, if it come back in the audited, that there's every possibility of pay 10 naira. But will they have that possibility for Presco? Though Presco have paid 1 naira interim dividend, if they come back at the end of the day and say they are paid 2 naira, that was 3 naira, and Okomo is paid 12 naira, there's no way the price of Presco will overtake that of Okomo.
Why are you investing? Are you investing just for today, or you are investing against future expectation? Okomo is paying 12 naira now, but Presco is building capacity. Is there any rule that forbids Presco paying 15 naira dividend in the future when all this investment eventually crystallizes?
Yeah. If Presco begin to pay 15 naira tomorrow, the market will appreciate Presco for
in
the 15
other words,
naira.
The market
but for now,
appreciate the present
for
and
now,
the future.
why do you take position? Is it that you get capital appreciation or you get dividend? Especially when it is quarter 4, we'll be looking towards dividend.
Malam, what do I invest?
Me, I see different. Because look, learn from the past. What was Vitafoam before acquiring Bono? Today, what is Vitafoam? We have seen what Vitafoam become. And today, no any form company can even match Vitafoam.
Except Mocha.
And today it's trading 24. And the sky is the limit. Mocha is not quoted. We wait to see it quoted.
It is not.
So what I'm telling the investors, believe in Presco. What Presco is doing is building its capacity. And the sky is the limit. There is no way Okomo will match Presco in the next 2-3 years. So if you look for stock for a long term, go for Presco. Because what they did, they increased their capacity, and it's the matter of future. We have seen it in Vitapom. When Vitapom acquired Bono, how much was it paying? Nothing. Today, everybody recognizes Vitapom. And this is what is likely going to do. So please don't be carried away by the dividend. Dividend is the short term. But look at the long. Do you perform? Yes. Do you have good profit margin? Yes. Do you intend to increase your capacity? Yet? Nobody take it from Access Bank. Today, whether you like it or not, Access Bank is not among the 5th bank, but it's number 1 in terms of size, in terms of capacity. And we are seeing the earnings. So even if they did not match the dividend of the other big two, it's just a matter of time. Compare the price today.
Can I say something?
And the price of the other.
Malam, but what Aruna is saying is that you can be big for nothing. You could have increased, you might have increased capacity. But at the end of the day, you are not paying dividend. But at that, what will be the value you are creating to the investors? Because you eat alone, you die alone.
Presco did not eat alone. Look at their profit margin. Look at the increase in their turnover. Look at their increase. Look, dividend is one thing. We have seen it in Trustcorp. Trustcorp have done very well, and it pay 1 kobo.
And the price is still below 1 naira. Because it is 1
kobo, it is still above 1 naira. We have seen the stock that pay 3 to 5 kobo, and they have not passed 50 kobo. So look at the future. Investment is not short term, it's long term. And if we are building for the future, we have witnessed a time when Trustcorp was traded 8 naira. So if today is 1 naira, with the increase in the turnover, acquisition of the power, they are the single Genco that produce 2,000 megawatt. They are into crude oil. Look at the price of crude oil. So you look at the stock of the future, Trustcorp is one of them. I respect Presco for acquiring this. I assure you that Okomo cannot do that, because when you pay out your dividend, what is left for the others? We are here living testimony of a company that sold their asset and pay 1 naira 60 kobo. What is it today? Because they pay dividend, you go for it? The answer is no. Did not pass more than 50 kobo. Dividend is not the only one. We want to look at the stock that have the future and can guarantee it. We have seen it in Vitapom, and Presco will prove that.
This is why this platform is outstandingly the best. So please, we are going to extract this and use for the radio Metro 97.7 FM, 8:45 to 9 in the morning, Monday to Friday. And also, this will be on our YouTube channel. It is also going to be on our website. These are the kind of information, the kind of discussion, the kind of argument. You see, what Aruna is saying makes a lot of sense. What Malam is saying makes a lot of sense. But you will now need to weigh the two. The position, the stance of Aruna, the position, the stance of Malam. When you have such seemingly divergent opinion, they are meant to guide you so that you can get the best of equity investment. And what we have to do today, so much, but I want to still give this argument or this discussion a little bit of time. If we are not able to achieve everything that we set out to do, where we get to, next week will be there for us to continue. Aruna, what do you have to say?
You know, he measured the Vitapom, that when they combine businesses with Vonofom, how much was the dividend Vitapom when it was 4 naira? It's because of the quality of dividend. They are paying 150 kobo or what they pay last, and they are trading 22 naira.
Let us be sincere. There was one vital a statement that Malam made. Now, you pay dividend with all you get, then you might not have so much left behind for future expansion. So when you eat everything today and you are not thinking of the future, those that had invested in you prior to that time, the benefits they enjoy. But those that are undertaking fresh investment in you today, because a situation will come when there is a little bit distortion in the operations of that industry, if you have not expanded, if you have nothing in reserve, you might find it extremely difficult.
It depends on how much capacity that
Naira 67 kobo.
Excuse me, sir.
What is the price of Meya?
Meya pay one because of they dispose their one of their associates. It's not that they pay dividend. It's not dividend from the operation. It's a dividend from. It's an extraordinary item. They sold an associate and used it to pay dividend because they know that if you look at their result, you know that they have issues.
Now, Aruna, let me now put these things to you as an advisor. What do you think should inform my investment decision? The dividend that I can get today or the dividend that I can get tomorrow? So which company do I invest in? The one that is expanding, not paying me dividend today. The one that is not expanding but is paying me dividend today. Where should I pitch my tent?
It depends on the horizon of your investment. Are you a short-termer? Are you looking at intermediate or long-term? If you're a short-termer, this Q4 has just ended. A number of people are taking position for what they are going to get from the audited results.
Let me tell you why Presco, and then we would suspend it. If there is time and another time, we will continue the discussion. Actually, let me tell you why Presco is, to me, a better investment than Okomo. It isn't as if they are not paying dividend at all. It is only that what dividend they are paying does not match what Okomo is paying. They are paying dividend. They are saying, take, we are coming, but we are expanding. All right? At the future date, I tell you, Presco is a better company. It has better potentials to even sustain what they are giving now than Okomo that is not expanding. Well, we'll still talk about that at a later time.